Hey guys! Sorry this video is late. Basically, I'm wondering, in art in general, how much value should be placed on the technique and how much value should be placed on the end result. I love music. I love music theory. I love understanding how music works. And I love when music is original and when it is interesting. I think these things help me to write good music. But I'm in a band, right? And we all have different tastes, and I'm sort of the band leader, and so I tend to make things that are kind of crazy or, interesting, and for the most part it's fun and everybody likes it. But then sometimes I'll be writing a song and I'll go, oh my goodness! I'm so overwhelmed all of a sudden by the genius of this. Not the way it sounds, but the way it's made. If I start at this chord, let's say, and then I play this chord progression, then I let this melody travel up to this point at this chord, then when I switch to the next chord, I can start the same chord progression in a different key and it will flow perfectly. Eureka! The problem is sometimes it just doesn't sound as cool as it is. Like, we'll be practicing for 2 hours and we'll come up with this incredible thing and we'll practice it and we'll practice it and we'll finally play it, and then my brother, who plays the drums, will go, that doesn't sound that great. It's really cool, but it would sound better if we just played these 3 chords over and over. For a while I just thought that my brother was being resistant because he doesn't like the same kinds of music as I do, and in a sense that was true and I should have been more aware of that, but also it was the fact that he had a point, which is that sometimes the technique used and the process is cool, but the actual listenability is more important. Because what is music? It's an art form of sound. It's something you listen to. But then I had this great conversation with my music professor. He's cool. He's in a jazz band. It's the Ben Geyer Sextet. It's like awesome. It's jazzy. We talked about a lot of things, but basically he said, you need to stop doing that. When I said I tend to focus on how cool something is, and that was hard for me because I was like, but this is what I love, this is what I'm good at. But what he said, which I found kind of hard to swallow but also kind of true, is that theory comes after the music. And I'm like, no it doesn't. It comes first. But he's saying that theory is a way to understand the music, but when someone writes something, they should write it because it sounds great. I think there's a balance, because I think that if you don't understand theory, then you'll never write certain things. We just naturally write what we know. So if I only know 3 chords, then I'm more likely to write a song that involves, 3 chords. And if I don't know about a certain scale, I'm not going to naturally just sing in that scale. And if I don't know, if I've never heard a song in like a 11/4 time signature, I'm never going to write a song in that time signature because I won't naturally hit that rhythm. But I think there's something cool about understanding those things so you can make different music. But also, the fact that I'm in a band, and that this band is made up of 4 people, and I'm only one of them, and everyone has different tastes, and everyone has different influences, and everyone has different ways to make music, that's the part where I realize I need to change. Text. Who could this be? Someone from school asking me if I've started working on assignments. Making the video. What's your opinion, people? Which do you like better? Do you like a song that's really easy to listen to and simple and just comes out great, but sounds like a lot of other things, or do you like things that are more interesting but harder to swallow? I know people who like both. And then also, what do you think about other forms of art? Like when it comes to writing. Some people, write stuff that is really confusing, play with words a lot in a way that doesn't read in the most easy way, but it's wicked interesting if you're into that kind of thing. And I think it was really fun for them to write, more so than if they had written what came out naturally. And then there's things like film, there's art films, and there's, really straightforward film. What do you think? And what should be my punishment because my video was late? I'm gonna enjoy a snow day, I hope you do too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wednesday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Wednesday!